It's Sean coming to you from the wood shop. I just wanted to bring you behind the scenes so you could see some of the items that we're currently working on. So stick around and we'll show you everything that's going on.
We are the Follises, Sherry and Sean. We started turning stitches to share our creativity with you. Please follow along and see what we create next.
Of course, a workbench is always one of the core items in any wood shop. And you can kind of see that here. It's, of course, a mess, and that's why this is a behind-the-scenes shot and look at what's going on, is because you can see everything that we've been doing. It's right here on the workbench for the most part. So I've been doing a lot of wood turning here recently, which is always a lot of fun. And really for the first time, I've tried to batch things together. So you can kind of see that here in this pic just a little bit. I've got a couple of bowls. These are kind of medium-sized bowls here. These are both ash. One's got some natural features to it, but one of the things I'm trying to do is I've really been working on 4 different bowls all at basically the same time. You can see this large blank back here in the back of the shot. This is going to be a large bowl. Ugh. And it'll be going on the lathe next. But what I've been trying to do in turning all 4 of these was I got them all roughed out at basically the same, or at the same time, and effectively trying to minimize some of my tool changes. One of the other things you'll see back here in the back corner of the bench are some little panels. It's actually hiding under rags. So I've got a couple pieces glued up here, and this is a prototype that I'm working on. I'm actually got these 2 pieces glued together. We use these as a top for a stool is the plan with that. So that's another item I'm kind of tinkering with, trying to figure out if it would be a viable item to turn and produce. Down here on the other end of the bench are a lot of just different tools and supplies that I've been using as I've been working on the turning. A couple of these things. I use this shellac a lot. This is a 1-pound cut. Shellac's a very versatile wood finish. It can be used as a sanding sealer, a lot of different purposes in the shop, but what I like most about it, it dries very fast, so I like to use it a lot as I'm sealing bowls and things if I need to seal cracks. So a lot of times working with this ash that's fully dried at this point, some of the pieces are spalted. I'll show you one piece that I've been actually doing a lot on here recently, but this one actually, with all this spalting, which is just sort of fungal decay, and a lot of times you end up with weak spots. So you can see here this one's not finished, but this black line here is black super glue essentially that I use to seal a crack. But before I use the glue, I like to use the shellac to kind of help seal the wood fibers around it so that when I'm finishing it, I get a better finish. You can see some other spots here on this bowl, and a lot of times when we've on these spalted bowls, it's always a challenge because it's basically a race against time. The fungal decay gives it its unique character and look, but it also makes it not as strong, so you're battling time a little bit and trying to get allowing it time to spalt and create some of the visual uniqueness and appeal versus having enough or strong enough wood fibers to actually work with it. So it is kind of a challenge at times, and that's where we can use things like super glue. I also use this accelerator to help speed up the drying process. I know super glue doesn't take long to dry, but when you're trying to build up layers and seal cracks, speed helps. So that's what all of this stuff is down here, along with just some of the other tools like this drill chuck that I use to drill depth holes and things like that. That wraps up today's behind the scenes look in the wood shop. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you'll know when the long form videos for these bowls come out. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook so that you'll see when all of these upcoming products are ready for purchase.